Welcome to Leadershipization, all things leadership. I'm Beth Bergen. I'm a leadership and communication coach, and I work with executives. I work with business managers, people managers, and I often work with their teams as well. And I'm here most every Tuesday at around about this time. I'm just going to adjust that because I've been having some problemos with my camera. Never mind. So, personal branding. Personal branding, this came up recently with a number of clients. And so, over this week and next week, what I want to look at is, what is it? What is it? Why might I need it? And how can I go about getting it? And then what can I make sure that I'm managing so that I don't muck it up? Now, just imagine if you were turned down for a promotion in an organisation you've been working in for some time, and you're thinking to yourself, well, I need to go get some feedback. So you go and get that feedback, and what you find out is that despite the fact that you've got a really strong work ethic, despite the fact you've been doing great work, what happens is that no one actually knows you. They don't know who you are. And because they don't know who you are, you've missed out. Now, quite naturally, when we're doing really good work, we think that people know that. We think that our effort in our job is going to be enough. But unfortunately, that's not enough. What you need as well is this personal branding, and you need the personal branding to differentiate you. And what a lot of people don't realize is that your personal branding is actually different from your reputation. Your reputation is all about first impressions, your performance. It's based on your credibility and the opinions and the beliefs of other people. Your personal branding is much more intentional than that. It's actually how you want people to see you. So it's all about aligning your intentions in the workplace with your actions. And the awesome thing about this is that you have total control over that. So where do we start? Well, a great place to start is to figure out actually what drives you. What is it that you might admire in others? What is it that are the skills and the talents that you're proud of? What is it that motivates you so that you're actually able to start to bring those things together? Now, it might be that you're curious. It might be that you've got a lot of creativity and that you really enjoy creative problem solving and collaborating with others. And so this could come down to, hey, I'm great at brainstorming new ideas. I'm great at coming up with creative solutions, and I'm really great at managing others to get them to be on the same line as me. Now, that's your first thing. Kind of figure out, what are those values? What's driving you and what do you want to stand for? Then it's useful for you to actually align to what are your organizational goals. And this is where I suggest to people that they choose, 3 to 5 words that actually drive you. And these are going to be what drives your brand. For example, you're a creative person and you love complex problem solving. It may be that you're an innovator. But note, when you look around, once you've decided on this, note what specific traits or what specific behaviors you might need to continue to develop and consistently demonstrate to be seen as that innovator. Not just about giving yourself a label and then going, oh, everyone will see me as that innovator. It's actually about you working really hard to get behind that, to learn the specific traits and to demonstrate those specific traits and behaviors where you give yourself that label, that title, that name. This is how you want to be known. The third aspect of what you need to do is to actually begin to map out the stakeholders. And this is the people, this is getting you starting to kind of showcase for yourself the wider audience that you want to be able to demonstrate your skills to. This is you showcasing to those people, and they need to be the right people. Are they the key decision makers? Are they the people who are in the best position to be able to influence? Now, when I'm working with clients, I call this your power base. And so there will be people who'll be your absolute advocates. They'll rave about you. They'll sponsor you. There'll be people who are your mentors. There'll be people who are supporters. There'll be people who may be your nemesis. You figure that they could be standing in your way. And then there are likely to be a whole lot of people in your power base that you know that you're invisible to. These are people that you want to be seen by. These are people that you'd like to shift somewhere into your power base. They might start out just being a supporter, and then they could move up to a higher level. But these are people you know are aware of you and the work that you do and what you stand for, and they'll get behind you when you need them in any kind of promotion or recruitment. So the questions to ask yourself here, and I suggest you kind of map this out for yourself, but the questions to ask yourself is, who do you want to be seen by? Right? There are those people that already fit into advocates, mentors, sponsors, supporters, and even some of those nemesis people. But it then becomes, who do I want to be seen by? Now, with all of these people, it's about knowing and understanding who. I'll start again. With all of these people, it's about you knowing and understanding their role in the organisation. Their role, because this is about you showcasing yourself to that wider audience of the right people. How we're going to do that can come a little bit later. We'll touch on it in a moment, but there are many different strategies you can put in place. So once you've got that kind of power base mapped out, it then becomes, how do I start to make myself visible? Now that can start by going to those people who are already your advocates, your sponsors, your mentors, or your supporters, and asking them for information or feedback. What are the skills that I would need? What are the behaviours that I would need to be demonstrating to move to that next level? It's about reaching out and asking for that feedback, asking for help, so that the entire time you're building this communication with them. Now, while you're there, what's really important is that you check to see, what are their current challenges? What are challenges that they've had in the organisation or might currently be having? It's also really important that you're authentic and sincere, so that you're asking them some questions at the same time about what they care about, problems that they might be trying to solve, because that then provides you with the opportunity to highlight your own strengths so that you're able to assist them. If you can highlight your strengths to assist them, you get an opportunity to showcase your skills. Now, you're going to do all of this in a genuine, sincere, and authentic manner, because I can hear some people listening to this going, I want to, that's called sucking up, Beth. I'm not going to do sucking up. This isn't about you sucking up. This is about you being sincere, being authentic, asking them, what can I be more of in this organisation? What can I be less of? What behaviours and traits do you believe I need to be developing? I see myself as an innovator. What else can I add to that? How can I showcase that to people? How can I demonstrate to you that I have this? A lot of people get switched off from owning their own personal branding because they don't like the way that others that they observe in the workplace are doing it. You don't have to do it the same way, excuse me, that others are doing it. You need to put your own style on it. However, my very best advice to you is that you need to own your personal branding. You need to take control of it. Why? Well, this is your career. This is your career. And as we've already spoken about, you can do good work. You can have good, strong work ethic. But if people don't know who you are through your personal branding, you can miss out on all sorts of opportunities. So you need to have a commitment to owning it, to actually taking responsibility for that personal branding. Don't leave that to others to represent you or represent yourself. Finally, this is all about personal branding is all about playing the long game. So start doing it now with your goal. It doesn't have to be in the same organization. The sorts of skills that you're building need to be obvious to others, and they're going to need to be obvious whether you're staying with that company or not, because the people that you're working with are going to be your referees, and this is where your examples of you showcasing and using your skills are going to come from. So be prepared to play a long game. Do it deliberately, and start to own your own personal branding. As I said, figure out what is it that you stand for, figure out what drives you, align that with the organizational goals, map out that power base, and then start to make yourself visible. Now, next week, what we'll look at is mistakes that you can make in personal branding. In the meantime, work through those 4 steps and get yourself thinking. Thank you. If you've got any questions or comments, please note them there and I'll get back to you. If you've watched a replay, #replay would be fantastic. Enjoy your week. In the meantime, I'll see